mine's not on. Yes, it is. Hello, I am
Mine's
Miriam,
not on.
co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. My microphone had turned off in the meantime. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. Blue Dove's here and had a question about, said, I keep getting emails that imply Keto Chow Core is going out of stock soon, but it shows the stevia version, how much is left of the unsweetened. So I actually haven't heard of anything sending out emails.
It's not that it's going to go out soon.
It's just, hey, we have it.
It's just we have it.
And I did look into it, and I put it into the chat that we do have more of the unsweetened left than the sweetened.
Yes.
But we do still have a good supply of both.
Yes. Although we have not checked the number.
I did.
So I have not checked the number.
Okay.
So I don't know how much a good supply actually is.
Okay. Looks like Carrie is here, so is Storm Chasing Gals from Jenks America in Tulsa. Let's see. Mike is here. Blue Dose, thanks. Really good names. I like the unsweetened best. Dennis is here. Emily says good morning, friends.
Good morning.
I almost read that wrong.
Yeah.
Strong is here, so is Lynette.
Hi, Strong. Hi,
and
Lynette.
Rhiannon. Susan says good morning. Bonnie says hello from San Diego.
Hi, Bonnie.
Victoria's here as well, so is Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Exchange Student says, I was just watching Steve's beef video. I watched that this morning, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I liked it at the very end. He's like, so I was going to tell Keto Chow that they should put something up, and they already have it on their website. I'm like, yes, we do.
That was a good idea, Steve.
It was a good idea. Hey, it's fantastic when multiple people come up with the same idea.
Yep.
So, Jennifer says, good morning, beautiful people.
Oh, Rhiannon's
Myra.
going to see us Saturday.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Because this
Speaking
Saturday is our meetup.
Of which, here is, if you go to meetup.com, here's the quarterly meetup with information. And look, the live stream broadcast is already set.
Wow, that's
it is
so
ready
amazing.
and waiting. It's ready to go. One waiting, that's me. Notify me. In 5 days.
Yay.
So, was that actually sharing?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't ever push your sharing button.
Caring is sharing.
Right.
Melissa says, morning Keto Chow crew from Mississippi. Hey, you
Hello.
even spelled it right. Look at you. How old were you, Alyssa, when you learned how to spell Mississippi?
I don't know.
Summer Chasing Gal said a friend sent me some maple waffle.
Yay.
What's a bulk bag? Jody is here. Platte River Keto says, good morning, friends.
Hello.
Carrie asked the question about fixing teeth and gums. We actually went over this last time. I am not a doctor. I do not know
We're
any
also
information
not dentists.
I'm not a dentist either. I have no suggestions I can give you, unfortunately.
That's sad and scary, though. You should go to a dentist or a doctor or both.
Jennifer says, I haven't smashed that thumb. You know who you are.
Oh, thank
Oh, you
you.
haven't smashed it. Yeah, right. Bonnie says, how much caffeine is in one serving of the Keto Chow chocolate beef core?
Oh, the same as the regular chocolate.
That is a very good question. So I'm going to go here to Google. I'm going to do
The
Keto
Google.
Chow caffeine. Does Keto Chow contain caffeine?
It's very
Here's
little.
the FAQ. All right, so most flavors do not contain caffeine. This was shortened up quite a bit.
Okay.
I don't like that change.
Well, maybe we should not say that on the air.
Anyway, the chocolate, the classic and the core, has 9.2 milligrams from the cocoa powder. Mocha has 110 milligrams from coffee powder and cocoa powder. Chocolate mint has 3.45 milligrams from cocoa powder. Irish cream has 2.5 milligrams. And the caramel macchiato has a pithy 1.93.
Pittance.
Yes, so yeah, there you go. That's how much.
9.2 milligrams.
And it's because it has 4 grams of cocoa powder in it. Both the regular chocolate and the core chocolate have that much. Turns out they're exactly the same. Miriam's running away.
I'm leaving.
We can still hear you, though. Penny says, I love your guys' stuff. It's so good, you nailed the taste. Also, I love that you're out of Draper, Utah. I'm a Trax operator, and right now I'm doing the blue line. Nice.
Yay!
Oh, Alyssa says, it was 7 when you learned how to do Mississippi.
Nice.
That was about how old I was when I relearned how to tie shoes. Because I had those cool Velcro ones.
Oh, yeah.
And
It took me a while to tie shoes, too. Mm-hmm. I don't remember how old I was. I was a kid.
Anyway, Jerry's here. Good morning, Keto Chow fan. April likes the electrolyte tablets in the monthly order.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad.
Now it says this on the bag that you got, but the reason why we sent that to you for free, April, was because the expiration date that's printed on the individual packets is wrong.
Yes.
It's actually like a year or two from now, but because it's printed on the thing, we can't change it, and so we're like, well, we can't really sell these. Let's give them away for free. Speaking of expiration dates, I had a conversation with Joe about this over the weekend.
Okay.
It used to be that the expiration date, like this guy, that was the Best By date, actually, that was on Keto Chow, was 2 years from the date of manufacture. We took old packets and retested them, and there a couple of the packets that were 4.6 years old still had all of the fat-soluble and the water-soluble vitamins at a higher level than what was on the packaging. So we could...
So that was good?
Yeah, we're like, we can confidently claim 4-year shelf life.
Right.
We then found one that was 5.2 years old. Well, a couple of them, packets, had those tested, and it was also within specifications.
Yay.
So going forward, the blueberry pie bag here says that it's 2027. If you have a packet of Keto Chow that has a Best By date before 2027, actually, you can confidently add 3 years to the Best By date, just so that you're aware.
Or 2 years, depending on what year it is.
Or 2 years. Yeah. So there you go. Let's see. Gridlock says, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn before. Right?
Yeah.
Mike is here, says, anticipating the arrival of my first starter kit of Keto Chow.
Yay, Mike.
What do you recommend that Mike starts off
Well, I
with?
recommend you try the flavor you think you'll like the least, and you might be surprised.
I agree with that. Then you end up with like, oh, that's good, and then you like the other ones even better.
Plus, if you're going to mess up mixing, it'd be better to mess up mixing one you're not going to like.
That is also true.
That's just,
and
my thought.
one suggestion, by the way, a lot of times people don't use enough water. If you're using the shaker bottle, most people like it mixed with water almost to the bottom of the
Almost
threads.
to the top.
Yeah, like right up there to the top. So, let's see.
But play with it. Tell us what you think.
This is, does anyone else cry when you drink your last sip of Keto Chow? Surely it can't just be me. On Saturday, I was driving around. I went to Sam's Club and Walmart and everything like that. And I brought a chocolate Keto Chow with me. And I actually got a car wash too. And I was in the car wash trying to get that last drip because I was like, I want to get the last bit. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Jackie says, burning all the fat at working moving, but wanted to say good morning and say Jim and I killed 10 pounds between us this week. Wow. Oh. And I zipped up a size 9 and didn't die. Size 9.
Nice.
Wow.
My leg can wear a size 9. Just one of them, though.
Sean says, and yes, always sad when my Keto Chow is empty. Let's see. Linda says, Hi. Grillock says, Best By date. Now 2059. Just about.
Right.
Jennifer says, Chris, I'm guessing you still don't know how to tie shoes. I'll teach you on the cruise. It's a game
good
changer.
idea.
You'll wish you knew when you were little. Actually, the way that I tie shoes, I'll use this mouse.
You tie shoes weirdly.
You hold it. I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for this knot.
It's like the...
But you pull it through itself. So, and it's super easy for tying behind you. So you've got the two guys right there, and you just pull them through.
So you make a pretzel.
And again, I can't remember what it's called. The way it was explained to me is you have these ends stuck to the wall in a jail, and then when you put these like that. They're like handcuffs, and you can hang the prisoners.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's how it was explained to me when I was a 10-year-old kid, and I was like, ooh.
Or
so of course,
less. Some teacher taught you that?
No.
Prison jail.
It wasn't a teacher. It was an old guy who lived in my parents' neighborhood.
Okay. Well,
Anyway.
Apparently it worked.
So
now
I do.
you can know how to tie your
Except
shoes.
now I don't even tie shoes. Well, yeah, I mostly just wear slip-ons.
Yeah.
Because we've come a long way.
I actually tie my shoes a lot because
Okay.
I have long laces, so I double knot and double knot and double knot. Then I have like a million knots.
Yep. Renee says the longer it sits in the fridge, the tastier it is. Yes. I agree with you on that. Alyssa says Best By dates are a state-by-state nightmare that hasn't been updated since the 70s.
Yeah,
and Joe, who's
okay.
here, will point out that the only product that legally has an expiration date is baby formula.
Okay. We don't use that anymore.
No. Mike says Serious Keto. Steve had mentioned in a video that you guys had originally given out the base Keto Chow recipe online. Is that still out there, or have you taken it down? So if I search for Keto Chow recipe, if I can spell right.
It's super old.
There it is. So here it is. And in fact, the original working recipe back in the day is actually up on this site. And if you look in the variants, if it's going to load this recipe, it doesn't give you the ones that it was based off of, because I had older versions of the recipe as well. But yeah, the original recipe is still here. Here's all the stuff that you can use, and then here's stuff that you add into it to make it
different.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the open source recipe, still totally available.
But the one that we're using is a little different.
It is very different, and that's actually on here. It says, let's see, versions beyond 1.5 aren't something that can be replicated without industrial scale equipment and ingredients. Because of this, I'm going to leave 1.5 here and fork the recipe over to a new location. Feel free to continue making your own 1.5. Yeah.
Right.
So, la la la. Miriam and I watched a bunch of very silly clips from Psych this morning.
That was so funny.
It was them just being weird. Let's see. Lynn says hi.
Hi,
Lynn. Synergy is here from Lakeland, Florida, listening at work.
Synergy.
Myra says every time I try a new flavor, I think it's my new favorite. I tried gingerbread last week, and it's fantastic.
Yes. Ooh, gingerbread does sound good this week.
Oh, and Joe put in the link to the original recipe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Relax says I buy lock laces for my shoes so I can just slip them in like loafers.
Ah, nice.
Oh, Alyssa says it's a scaffold knot?
There you go.
Okay. I just know that's how I tie shoes.
Yeah, so
And
he didn't teach our
aprons.
kids how to tie shoes. I taught them.
It's so much easier to tie it that way, though.
I know, but they couldn't get it.
Like it's thump. You don't have to go around the thing and pull it through, and yeah, so much easier when you're tying.
I actually tied two
apron.
ways because I tie it the regular way, but then I also taught the kids to do the 2 loops and just tie it together.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine. Did you know that I haven't recently, but in my past, I have tied shoes while nursing 2 babies at the same time.
Talk about parallel
I
processing.
also can tie shoes with one hand.
Wow, that's actually really
Although
cool.
it does take a while.
Yeah, Too Crazy Keto says the only food that has a true expiration date is baby formula. All others are best by dates determined by the state, manufacturers, and retailers. And it's interesting with ours, we just had to get the test data, and I'm like, and I gave it to the manufacturer that we use, and I'm like, so what exactly do you need me to give you for you to put a now 5-year expiration date or best by date?
Right.
And they said, we just need a letter on your company letterhead that says, please use a 5-year best by date. I'm like,
So you made some letterhead.
actually, I had some letterhead that I had previously used like 2 years ago. I was like putting together letterhead. I'm like, wait, have I already done this before? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I had. Thank you, Google Drive. Let's see. Shauna doesn't like tie shoes, easy on-off shoes. Chrissy says, please put a big bag of chocolate in the surprise box. I've used all mine making hot chocolate.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
It gets put in the surprise box fairly regularly.
I don't remember when we did it last, but that's a good idea.
And Holly, who could tell us she's not here today.
What the heck?
What the heck? It's also payday today.
Yeah.
Which, if you're from South America and I say payday, you'll snicker just like I do.
Okay, so speaking of not that, how about we talk about protein? So
Okay.
I heard Joe and Rachel talking about protein today.
Yes.
And so somebody, I kind of heard it
They
while
were
I was
asking
getting
about
ready.
like the 35-gram limit per meal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
stuff.
And Rachel was saying that, it's really easy for her to get 80 grams of protein or something like that because she's used to doing that. And I thought about, what I'm doing right now. It's higher protein. My macros are changing every single week. I'm working with Robert from Keto Savage, who is Keto Savage, I guess. And he has been, every single Monday, he'll change it to a different amount. And I've just been very meticulous at putting everything in, weighing everything since I started in October. And I'm doing great. But my point was, as things change, I have to kind of figure out how I'm going to be able to eat the amount of protein. Because if I do one meal a day, at the end, I'm like, oh, I just have a hard time getting that much protein in one meal sometimes. So when I was higher protein than I am now, I was doing 3 meals a day and then trying to divide it into thirds because that was a lot easier for me to get the protein in. I also was doing the same thing when my fat was really, really high at the very beginning.
That was crazy.
Because I couldn't have that much fat because it was distasteful to me. I'm like, oh, I can't do this. So I couldn't do OMAD or even 2 meals a day when I was doing that high of fat either because I had to do it 3. I had to divide it into thirds. So now my protein is going down a little bit because I think he's bringing my calories down some more.
Okay.
So it's not as hard. It's actually really easy. I'm actually preferring 2 or 1 meal a day, but it's taken me a lot, and I have to look at what my whole day looks like, what I have planned, what I'm going to make for the kids, so that I can have the same thing as them. And I just have to be really careful and just look at the whole day and say, okay, well, I'm not having breakfast, I'm just having lunch, and then I'm having dinner, or I'm just going to have dinner because I know it has fat attached to it, and I only have this much fat or whatever it is. So I really have to be careful with looking at my day to make sure that I am going to hit those macros that I've set for myself.
And a really good way to get a lot of extra protein is eat shrimp.
Yeah.
Our kids devoured 4 pounds of shrimp
Yes.
watching
So
the big game yesterday.
For the
Super
football
Bowl.
game yesterday, I made wings. And I made, Chris made shrimp, which was just cocktail shrimp. So
And you found some bacon, and so you cooked
and
that.
I made some bacon. It
It
was
was
wings
so-
and bacon
the kids
and
were
shrimp.
standing there. It was like, here's the food, guys. And they were all just
They just-
standing there, eating bacon, standing up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess that works.
Wait, didn't we have one more thing? Oh, we had some
Some
jalapeno brats.
cheddar brats.
Those were really good.
Those were insane.
I should have brought that for lunch.
Lynn says,
fine.
I just started walking short walks for now. My dress
Oh,
came,
yay.
and it's great. And Jennifer says, a nun taught me how to keep them tied with no double knots, just one pull, and they're untied. Jerry's looking into some dress shoes that have lock laces built in. For
Oh,
the
that's
low-carb
cool.
cruise.
That's cool.
Pam is here.
Hi, Pam.
Greg says, Psych is hilarious. Love it when he calls Dr. Lassiter Lassie.
Yes.
They're Detective
So
Lassiter,
funny.
yeah.
So funny.
Mike says, I mixed 14 shakes and 17 pints of Keto Chow ice cream last night.
Nice.
Ready for the week. I made 12 Keto Chows.
You
Yes.
did? I didn't make any.
Okay.
So maybe later today. Or maybe not.
And I forgot to put gelatin into them.
What?
I was gonna
Again?
well, no, that was the ones that I was
Those the
supposed to
ones
put
that you
gelatin
made.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Jennifer says, no one taught my kids how to tie shoes. Just ask them. People are saying you are superwoman.
Thank you.
Ticker Zacchaeus says, I found 3 bags of Keto Chow in the house that have a best by date of 12/21.
Oh,
Gave
yeah.
them to JP and Michelle. So happy now that they all have all the vitamins for another 2 years. That is right.
Whoop.
Serena says, headed for a major reconstruction surgery in May. Wow. Surgeon said, prepare by ramping up protein. I have 2 bags of Keto Chow egg white protein. How much to add per shake? A half scoop? Or I would do a full scoop.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Well, and it does.
Now, there isn't a scoop
It does
in there.
taste eggy, so I think I've done like 2 tablespoons before.
Yeah, I would
You could also
ramp it
use a
up
real egg
until
wanted to.
it doesn't taste good.
until you don't like it.
Get as
maybe.
much as you can.
But then take it back so you do like it.
Yeah. Pam says, I learned to tie my shoes the opposite of the way you're used to, when the bow will be straight towards the outside and inside
Yes.
your foot. Oh, interesting.
Yes. Because then it's prettier.
Okay.
Hi,
GGB
GGB.
is here. Kim says, thanks for picking me for the I Spy Award. I'm so excited. Post on Facebook as soon as I will. I post on Facebook as soon as I got the package.
Nice.
2 years of Keto Chow, and I only have 20 pounds to get to my ideal weight.
Ooh.
That's great. Melissa says, I average 135 to 170 grams of protein. I'm at 3 years. I'm broken change. Wow. Keep in mind, tracking accuracy is off anywhere from 30 to 60%. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shauna says, oh, was there a game yesterday?
Weird.
There was. I thoroughly enjoyed it because it was close. It was really close. And
that was a good game.
I wasn't rooting for either team. So
I was rooting for the football team.
Ruth was wanted the Kansas City Chiefs to win, but because I wasn't rooting for either team,
I was rooting for Mahomes.
I could just really have fun every time somebody did something amazing.
Yeah. But there were those 2 plays by the Eagles that I thought should have counted. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't have got called.
Yeah.
And that was annoying to me.
And when the guy dropped the ball and the other guy picked it up and ran.
That was so
Whoa,
fun.
it was,
That was so
anyway,
fun.
Mike says Velcro shoes
I like
created
the
a
face
generation
catch
of
one.
kids who don't know how to tie shoes. I still sometimes forget that I know how to read an analog clock.
Oh, I have. Oh, no, I don't have one.
No, you have digital clocks. There's an analog clock there, but how many analog clocks do you interact with on a regular basis?
Not
I
a
hardly
ton.
do any.
But you know what? I was really frustrated when I was like 6th grade and 7th grade that I had learned how to tell time and then I was not doing very well. So I forced myself to use an analog clock until I got it down. I think because I always got mixed up with where it was after the 5. Like,
Okay.
so I was like, I thought it was an hour early or later. I'm like, dang it.
Joe's going to love this.
Yeah.
But here we go. Actually. Back in about 2001, I went to Macworld
Wow.
with my dad. Actually, no, it wasn't 2001.
2001?
It was
weren't married.
1999, because we weren't married yet. I hadn't
Right.
even met you yet. I went
What a
with my
good
dad to
year.
Macworld in San Francisco, and while I was there, I bought an Apple Watch.
Oh, before Apple Watches were a thing.
But not an Apple Watch like the computerized Apple Watch. It was an analog watch that had the Apple logo, the old-timey Apple logo, and it went backwards and it said "Think Different."
Oh, yes. You had that when we met.
I had that, yeah.
You still have that.
I might have it somewhere. I don't know where it is,
funny.
but I actually had to. That was actually the point where I relearned how to read analog clocks,
But backwards.
but backwards.
Gosh.
Susan says, for a while I had an analog clock as my watch face. There you go.
Yeah.
Alyssa says, if you want to see a blank stare of bewilderment, is ask 2 her kids what a payphone is.
Right? Also, how many kids actually memorize phone numbers anymore? Like, that was a thing. Like, we memorized phone numbers. We knew all of our friends' phone numbers. We knew their parents', I guess it was the same number. We knew our number. Like, our kids know their phone numbers, and that's it.
Yep.
I think Sam has more numbers memorized than the other kids.
Joe wants to know, is the dinner with Peter at 7 p.m. Mountain or Eastern? It is
Mountain.
at 5 p.m. Mountain,
Oh, I thought it was at 7.
so which is 7 p.m. Eastern. It's about an hour and a half, I think it is, before you guys are supposed to be doing your live stream on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if it might be that will be late for the live stream on Thursday, Joe. I'm not sure. Mike says, who do you root for? Growing up, we always rooted for the Denver Broncos, which was interesting because they were in the Super Bowl a lot back then with John Elway.
I never watched a Super Bowl until the last few years.
Okay. Our kids have finally gotten enough
Knowledge.
football knowledge
Yeah.
that they didn't pepper me with questions the entire time.
It was good. The last
And it's because Ruth and them have been going to football games.
have they?
Yeah.
I went to all the
school.
football games at the high school.
Carrie says when I was
a
working at
kid.
Produce, we would get Macintosh apples, and I would label on the box saying needed more RAM. That's funny. GGB says we moved so much. Someone asked my kid where she lived. She told them all across the police chief. Hello, she's not wrong, and I'm sure all of the police could get her there. Small town America. All across from the police chief. There you go. Rachel, yeah. Too Crazy Keto says Rachel's mom's number, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so are you doing that that video shoot today after all?
Yeah.
Okay. I like your puffy sleeves.
Thanks.
They're super
Can't really
cool.
tell them. See them.
Emmy says I'm having gum surgery tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it.
honey.
At least there's Keto Chow to the rescue for the next 3 days.
Just rest. Take a little nap. Watch
Have some-
Pride and Prejudice.
Which one?
The good one.
Which
Whatever
one?
one you want to watch.
I know of like 6 different ones.
I do like the new Persuasion. The character isn't the same.
Dakota Johnson, she's different.
It's like a different
She has her hair
character,
down, and they've
but it's
updated
still
the
cute.
dialogue.
It's cute.
Yeah. Compared to the other ones, compared to itself, I thought it was
It's
fantastic.
good by itself. Yeah.
I thought that the
I thought the
I
costumes
thought it
were
was
good.
good, and I liked the new Emma too.
I like the
It was
new Emma
weird
a
when
lot.
she got a nosebleed,
That
and
was
the
the best
gratuitous
part.
nudity was uncalled for.
We just fast forward that part.
I took it out actually.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I guess you can do that. Chrissy says Colin Firth is the best Mr. Darcy.
Right.
I do like how succinct, and I like the pacing of the one with Keira Knightley.
I like that one too.
So, anyway.
I kind of have all of them memorized. So it's
Okay.
fine.
All right, well, we're going to take off, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will be seeing you tomorrow evening, and we'll be seeing you Saturday evening as well.
That's right.
So in case you missed that
tune
earlier,
in.
on the Keto Chow YouTube channel, already is up the link for the live stream that we'll be doing with Two Crazy Ketos and Dr. Brian Lenskis. So,
Right.
Okay. Well, you all have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye.